So in this session, we're going to take a look at this path analysis section. So this basically will show where our absolutely low path is $112,000. Right now, we're still at the same one. We don't have any conditions, and basically it's the selected. So, everything's got the same $112,000 there at the moment. So if I come back and actually say, I want to exclude this price, then notice that it says, okay, the absolute low is $112,000 still, but I've got one condition on here that basically, because this dollar amount is being excluded, is going to the next realm. So it's saying that it's going to be $115,000. So that way it'll show me different combinations. So even if I want to come back and maybe say that one of these were excluded for some reason, then maybe the next route is $119,000. So out of 5 different combinations of pricing this out. So as we look at that, let's go back and let's not have any requirements. Or exclusions. So right now, the low uses 3 subs: rockers, my framing, and my painting. If I hit next, it will show me the next lowest combination. So the next lowest combination is basically using 1 sub. And you'll notice that there's 4 different combinations that pricing could be just in this small little metrics that we're looking at here. So that way I could actually walk through each one of them and see where that next combination was at. Now, the reason why that can be beneficial, though, is if I go back down to the low, in this case here, we are looking at using 3 different people for $112,000. If I put a limit on it and say, I'd really like to know what would it cost me just to deal with 1 contractor or 2 contractors or something of that nature, this will then recalculate and actually show me that 112 was my low, but $115,000. So for an extra $3,000, I can get by with working with 1 contractor instead of 3. Is that worthwhile or not? So that's kind of a decision that you can make as you're analyzing different bids to try to get an idea of, I want to reduce the confusion of dealing with multiple people and, what it could be to do, 2 subs instead of 4 or whatever the case is. So this is just kind of nice because it'll let you go through and actually tell it, how many numbers to limit it by. So you can actually go through and actually play different games that maybe I don't necessarily have to go with the lowest. I'd like to kind of reduce the number of contractors that I'm working with and so forth. So powerful little feature to go through and actually look for more combinations than just low. And that concludes this session.